You know it.
Thank you.
I think you've
Take
got
your head off.
everything.
I'll pass it down to him.
I got the updates too.
You really didn't have me.
How come I got a chair? I guess you just there, Greg.
Like we used to.
No, it doesn't matter to me. I just asked if you wanted to.
It's awful. I have this extra chair between me and him.
I just
He'll never hear me now.
never go up.
He'll never hear me.
Yeah, that's
That's right.
yeah, I'm good with that. Hey, Rick's on a mission. When we get the ordinances, he's supposed to tell them that we're gonna read the title only.
Okay.
Yeah, so y'all remind him. Joy said she would, but when you get that age, it's hard to tell.
He started commenting on beauty and on how mature you are.
Voice improved.
We're gonna turn with that praise on all of them.
I told him that. He'll never hear me with this chair between us.
I did that on purpose. I moved away from it.
What you gonna say? He said 40,000. I said, no. That's that. So that'd be four new Macs, fully loaded, and a tandem Mac or tandem triple axle. One triple axle to the four. Because indoor, they supposed to
Yeah.
That's all they did. I told them, that we call it. If it's on a big load somewhere, like on some big county road, that's not one load. But that triple axle. They call it, we call it brand new, really hard. 235,000.
So you were a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the lip.
Yeah, I'm covered up. I hope it's hard if you can't hear too well.
You can't imagine how many times I get stuff with those.
Great. All right, Miss Claudia.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this glorious day that you have given us, the blessings that we have received that we know we do not deserve, but you love us, and we thank you for that love. Please be with the people of Ukraine. Give them strength, give them determination, and help them during this terrible time. We ask that you be with us now as we go about the business of this county. We appreciate the fact that we do live in this country where we are allowed to vote and to think and to say what it is we feel. Make sure that everything we do tonight will be done to thy will. It's in your Son, our Savior's name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We sure appreciate everybody being here. Before we start, the sheriff couldn't be here. He said he had to work shift work, and the chief, the fire department said he couldn't be here. So if anybody's got a report that they want to give, they're welcome to it when we get to that point. So I guess if everybody needs a copy of the sheriff's report, we can go down and get one. If there's not enough there for everyone to get one.
Don, did you hand this out?
Pardon me?
Did you hand out the sheriff's report?
No, I emailed them, I thought.
I didn't make coffee.
I can pull it up on my.
All right, we'll start off with the minutes.
Motion to receive.
You got a motion?
I'll second.
You got a second? All in favor? Any opposed? Treasurer report?
The total in county general is $1,398,743.60. County road, $1,128,827.51. Total funds under my responsibility, $8,225,879.67. We've not yet received FEMA money for this year. Sales tax this month was $126,748.04. Of the prior year, same month, $21,953.91. For the year, sales tax revenue, $39,462.55. Jail bond sales tax was $98,056.11. Questions?
Motion to
You got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Assessor report. The assessor must have quit us again. Collector report.
Yeah, for the month of February, personal taxes collected were $27,742.03. Delinquent real estate taxes were $26,157.84. There's a total of $53,919.87 that were collected in delinquent taxes in February. In March, between the March 1st and March 4th, we've collected $92,971.50. That's basically a lot of banks, real estate. But what I'd also like to say, since you fine folks appointed me in January, I just wanted to give you an update of what's gone on thus far, if you don't mind. Thanks to the help with Angie and our team there, online payments should go in starting in April, and I believe the statements that are going out will have a QR code on them for that. And we'll also have scanners in the office so that people can we will give them that, they can actually scan their own cards when they come for paying their taxes in-house. So that's going to alleviate a great deal that way. But what I've also done, we've had some of these old-fashioned ledger books like A Christmas Carol. I've replaced a lot of those with Excels, and I even made a database Excel sheet for one of them. So that's going, like I said, I would do for you. We've also modified the apprentice software support contract we had. We've eliminated their support for hardware in the office, which was exorbitant and not needed, and we've transferred that to Don Crispino, which is saving us a good deal of money, and we've taken out things that we didn't need. So we're saving a couple of $1,000s that way. Also, something I noticed a few weeks ago is that when phone calls would come in, they'd be all tied up, and I found out we only had one line coming into the office and one line going out, and I thought that was a little strange. So we talked to Yelcott, and we now have 3 lines coming into the office as opposed to 1, because there are 3 people in our office, and I figured we can handle it. Little common stuff. So little by little, we're making those type of changes, and I think we've also been working with the treasurer's office to help export data to her digitally. It was treasurer's idea, and finally we got that going, so that's going to be working well. So do you have any questions?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
On the delinquent, sometimes when someone doesn't pay their taxes on time,
Yes, sir.
they don't, when they print out the taxes for the next year, it says you're past due. Do you plan on changing that where the public will be notified that they're?
They are notified that their taxes are delinquent. There are times, there's a constant catch up because people claim, I never received it. But there is a statement that goes out saying you're delinquent. And of course, when people come and pay their taxes for the current year, like just happened to us today, that someone wanted to pay their taxes, so we can't pay your current taxes because you've got to pay your delinquent taxes. And so we're working on that, and we have, like I said, we have something in process to inform people.
One other question, this individual was delinquent in last year's taxes.
Yeah.
And wanted to pay last year's and this year's, and they said they couldn't accept one check, they'd have to have 2 separate checks, is that correct?
It depends upon what you want to do. What I'm finding out is, a lot of people want to be able to pay everything all at once.
That's right.
But when you're in a delinquent status, you have to pay one separately. And that would be, for example, if you have to pay your personal tax, delinquent taxes first, then you can pay your, I think you can bundle the other ones. But yeah, you can't, in that case, when you have several different delinquent taxes and current taxes, and there's something called mark all, it won't allow you to do that. It does take a couple of transactions to do it, but that's the nature of the software
All
business.
right, thank you.
Any other questions? Well, fine, be that way. Goodbye.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Look at motion 11.
Motion.
Got a motion, second. All in favor? Any opposed? OEM report?
Responded to 7 structure fires last month, with 6 of them being total losses. We also had a fatality fire at one of those. That makes it 3 fatalities in 4 months of the structure fires. It's a trend. I went and looked back statistically. It's been a long time since we had 3 people die in a fire in forever. 1 is rare, so it's a trend that the fire departments are trying to look into. Completed all the NINS classes required by Adam for being an OEM. So I've got all those completed and turned into them. 11 new addresses. That should be for January, or February, not January. And the post office has started now sending everybody in to re-verify your 911 address if you've never gotten mail at your house and all of a sudden you want to get mail there now, or the house has been there an address forever. So all the post offices are sending everybody in for letters and these 24 verifications, because that's what that is. People get letters, I've got to give them a letter to take to the post office so they can get mail there now. And we're doing, as I'm going through the system now, I'm correcting incorrect addressing, where house numbers are flipped and should be in sequence. So I'm correcting those and as I go through and find them. Any questions?
Thank you, Dwayne, and thank you for the weather reports.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second. All in favor? Any opposed? E911?
We had 839 total calls for the month of February. 539 were 911 calls, 300 were landline. We are currently fully staffed with 8 full-time, with the exception of 2 part-time. I have 2 employees that are enrolled to do their basic ACIC certification in April, along with 2 dispatchers doing advanced training certification in March and April. I'm currently working on our PSAP recertification report. We've added a 3rd terminal, ACIC terminal, to my office to help with operations. We're also exploring the ideas of updating our software to a CAD system. With this CAD system, it will help the ISO ratings with the fire districts. It will also help ensure better response times for all fire, police, and EMS. And it will help us get away from all the manual logs and the manual paperwork that we're doing in dispatch. It'll all be recorded for us. Any questions?
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second. All in favor? Any opposed? I haven't got any reports for the grant, law enforcement, library. And the next one is the fire board, unless the library has got one chief.
I did. I submitted it. I was
Oh.
sick on Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry.
Has anybody got one for the grant? Have you got one?
We do have one that Oakland Promising Fire Department has submitted that they need a resolution for this evening, and it's for the Jaws of Life equipment.
Miss Dana, you're on the,
First of all, our Dropbox is now open. This is a huge, huge thing. You don't have to get out of your car now to drop off your items. And we have 1 slot for DVDs, CDs, and games, and 1 slot for books, and it is open. You just drive right up, toss your stuff, well, be gentle, put it in there, and you can still come into the library afterwards, but that way your hands aren't full, which is really nice. I also want to mention that our book sale is happening. It's going to be so big that we are renting out the Legion Hut, and that's on March 17th, 18th, and 19th. So be prepared for some great sales that day, or those days, excuse me. I also want to make mention, even though it was a couple extra days on our Quorum court report, I want to let you know that our video views, that is not a typo. 4,290 video views on our YouTube page. So pretty excited about that.
Motion.
Got a motion, got a second? All right, Rick?
At your last meeting, I was at your last meeting, and your newest member had brought up the fact about the meeting. You're having it on Zoom. If Carl's here, I talked to Carl earlier about it. The library board's under the same laws that the Quorum Court are. You have to have public meetings. Zoom meetings don't meet. Are you planning on coming back to?
Our Zoom meetings are public, so anyone can access our Zoom meetings
It's
at
not
any.
Zoom, public. Everybody's sitting just like we are now, not Zoom. It's a public meeting for coming in and sitting down. I have great difficulty on my side hearing what you guys are talking about when you're on the computers. Because my ears, not your fault, my fault. But public meetings, that means everybody present.
Okay,
When's your next meeting?
Thursday.
I'll try to be there. Is
Okay.
it gonna be public like here?
It's always public. We have certain people
Public,
that do come
let me
into.
rephrase them, public by law, so we're on the same thing. Public by law, this is a public meeting, not a Zoom meeting.
Okay,
So is the board gonna be at the library is where you're meeting
they will
at?
not be at the library, no.
Where at?
That would probably be something we need to address with the attorneys, so we'd probably just need to carry on, move on forward.
Okay, you want me to send you the information I have?
Yes, sir, and we'll
Okay.
forward it to David Etheridge. All right, I got a motion and I got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We will address that with David. Let's see here. Fire board report.
So in addition to my financial report there, I wanted to announce our fair dates have been set for August 23rd through the 27th. We have a couple of truck pulls scheduled, one June 18th, one August 26th, and a rodeo on September 30th and August 1st. Any questions?
Would you give me those dates for the truck pulls
The
again?
truck pulls were June 18th and August 26th,
And the rodeo?
September 30th and August 1st.
Thank you.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? If anybody needs a copy of any of this, we'd be happy to get it for them before y'all leave. But the road report, we had just done a lot of brush hogging, salting roads, plowing roads, hauled a lot of gravel to Oakland, Duggansville, and built a new slab over there. And we've done a lot of sidearm work in the Oakland and Promised Land area, and they're still over there working on it and doing a lot of pothole patching. The diesel was $2 a gallon last month, and we're paying our special rate. We just ordered 7,000 gallons, and it's $4.58, I think is what it was, a gallon. So gasoline at our special rate was $3 something a gallon, and we bought 1,000 gallons of that. We're ordering another load today. We ordered another load. I think it'd be about 1,000 gallons. They said it would go up another 40 cents this week, so we need to go ahead and get our order in. So we're looking at $5 a gallon. That's at the discount. That's at about 7,000 at the time. So we will probably have to slow down on some of our stuff. That won't be my choice. That'll be the government. Any questions on the road?
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The Quorum report must not have got it in, but they just been doing a lot of upgrading, getting all the permits up to date. Everything's on track. So I've not got a report, so I can't really tell you what happened on that. Solid waste. Fire chief, anybody want to speak to the fire chief?
The number, you guys got the calls in there, we noticed the number of, the biggest thing is with the calls we're getting for lift assist. And a lot of departments are trying to address that, and also trying to address the numbers on the department recruiting is almost impossible, to get new members. And a lot of departments are down in numbers. Striving to make sure we're covering all the county. We've had other departments cover for departments that people out during the day, and that's kind of a hard time to cover. So we've addressed that as a unit group, as the fire chief. That's all I know.
Thank you, Dwayne. Planning board,
Nothing to report at this time,
you sure?
maybe.
Mr. Hudson, you ain't got nothing to talk about?
Well, you don't want to hear it.
All right, thank you.
Don't just start.
Budget and personnel,
We had the personnel notes are in the packets. We've had a couple of meetings and the budget's in the packets tonight to approve, look at and approve. And, that's basically it, but I think we got her done.
thanks. Solid Waste Committee, Law Enforcement Committee. We're gonna have a metro meeting. I don't know exactly what date. We sent that out in the email. So everybody should have that, or we got it in the works.
I think he said the 15th at 1:30.
The 15th at 1:30,
In City Hall.
Yes.
15th, 1:30, City Hall. Ones that can make it. Procedures,
No meeting.
old business. We just go straight to new business. We're looking at a new grader. We bought one not long ago, and it was $238,000 or $235 for a brand new one. It was a Cat, 2022 model.
We already have.
The new one's now is 300 something thousand. They sent me a quote today on a 2017 grader, and they want 240,000 for it with 5,000 hours on it. So we're going to Sandy. If everybody agrees to that, the Sandy will be 195,000 with a 5-year bumper to bumper warranty. I went to all the banks. Right now, Arvest Bank is at 2.57. Everybody else is above that on interest rate. If y'all will okay that, that's the way we'll go.
We need a motion to.
Yeah, I need a motion to accept that.
Motion to accept that bid from the graders and the Arvest to finance it.
I'll second it.
Good second. All in favor? Any opposed? We're looking at getting 5 new graders, so we can buy 3 for the price we can buy 2. We ain't got no choice. They don't lease. Cats is 310 and John Deere's is 3 something. All right, we'll go with the first
Make a
ordinance.
motion to suspend the rules and read the ordinances by title only.
I got,
Second.
I got a motion and I got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I've got one more thing to talk about before we move on. Last month, we passed a thing about hiring new employees. We wouldn't put them on the payroll until they got their paperwork done. The sheriff's office has put one to work before they've done anything. I called up there and I'm telling y'all now, the employees are not gonna get paid. They're gonna be working for free. We passed it last month. I don't know if they're testing or what, but we can't do that. We got people working that ain't even signed in on the payroll.
No, we can't do that.
If anybody sees anything wrong with that, that's what we got an HR department for. We never had one. And, we've been doing what we wanted to do for the last 20 years. Now we got an HR department and you can't do that. It's the law. All right, Ms. Dunn, let's move on.
Hang on. Okay. Ordinance 22-9, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 21-124 for the calendar year 2022 for Marion County, Arkansas.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? What is this,
What number was it?
number? What number is that, Ms. Dunn?
9.
Number 9. What is this for?
I think this is for,
It's for Tom.
that building inspection fund.
Oh, yeah.
And what it does is where you pay that money into the building inspection fund, putting it back. But I was hoping that she would be here to explain that, because it involves the assessor's office.
She's in Little Rock out of class.
Okay, is that what this is regarding?
Yes.
I thought the court had we had notified that if an elected official was not gonna be here, then we would not address the ordinance.
Well, in order to discuss it though, we have to make a motion to bring it up like right now. That's why I did that. But I do have a question on it. Is this is what we talked about a long time ago, several months ago. We talked about the building fund, not the building inspector. What happens when someone pays the inspection and then they tried to pull back and get their money back, where the money went? All that was a real big issue.
Right.
So I don't actually know what this was gonna do, but to follow proper procedure, we had to discuss it, we had to bring it up, but I have several questions about this also.
Well, maybe we should table this.
I agree.
I motion to table
Wait.
this till the next meeting.
Okay,
I second
you gotta slow down.
I got a motion from Joyce, and got a second from Claudia, and I got a second from Brady.
Well, I only need one. Okay. Several questions. Okay.
We need to vote to table it.
Huh?
We need to vote to table it. We
Yes,
make-
just a second.
I think we're gonna have to read more than just the title only, because we've had more than one ordinance with the same
Yeah.
description.
I
agree.
will do that. Okay, the motion to table, Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren.
Yes.
Justice White. Justice Underwood.
Yes.
Justice Madden.
Yes.
Justice Shipman.
Yes.
Justice Brigham.
Yes.
Justice McCullough.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you read the next line, I'll clear it up.
I can do that. Okay, this is ordinance 22-10, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 21-124, an annual operating budget for calendar year 2022 for Marion County, Arkansas. These funds are needed to cover the cost of purchase and installation of a concrete walkway, exterior lighting, new entry doors, canopy, gutters and downspout, and signage for the health department. This would provide protection from weather while conducting various vaccine clinics and testing.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
You got a second? Anybody want to talk about this? Miss Val happens to be here tonight. I think I seen her walk through. Yeah, she's here over there.
I can't hear you. Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White,
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima.
Yes.
Thank you. An ordinance amending 2018-4 identified as the Marion County Personnel Policy. And this amends the work requirements to include that the Marion County, the normal working hours for the Marion County Library are 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. Any changes to normal hours such as after-hours events and programs will be posted on the library website and the social media.
Motion.
Got a motion? Got a second? Anybody need to talk about this?
I just wanted to say on this that we worked with the library to create this ordinance, so shouldn't be any controversy. The personnel committee requested it, and this is what was presented, so it should be.
I think
I would think they would agree with it.
I think this has to be read 3 times since it's got nothing to do with money. I'm not sure about that. It's got nothing to do with
Well,
budget.
there's no emergency.
There's no emergency here, so we'll have to be read 3 times, so this will be the first reading.
Okay.
Since 1978, every ordinance that's been done for the library is illegal. The only one that we're working off of right now is 1978. That was brought to our attention by our attorney. And that's how come we reverted back to 1978. So, just giving y'all that information. Just letting y'all know what's going on in the county.
Okay, this is to adopt. This is the first reading. Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White,
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols.
Yes.
Okay. 22-12, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 21-124 for the calendar year 2022 for Marion County, Arkansas. Whereas the Marion County Judge is requesting funds from Coronavirus Relief Fund, Fund 1005 to pay invoices from Crawford Electric for 2 Kohler 24 RCL generator and installation and equipment for the cost of $42,566. One generator was for the courthouse and one for the annex building. Ordinance 21-25 was passed addressing this issue. The equipment had been ordered but not been installed or charged to the county until February 16th, 2022, and appropriations were not properly included in the 2022 budget.
Motion.
You got a motion?
Second.
Yes, like, anybody need to talk about this one? We got them all running, but one that's got to have a meter put in, but everything's ready to go.
Justice White,
Yes.
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren.
Yes.
Thank you. Are the lights flickering? Okay. I thought maybe we need the generator.
That's the one that needs a meter.
Okay, let me see what I've got here, because
While she's seeing that, Judge, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
When we let David become our attorney, that law said that the attorney was gonna be present at every meeting.
Yeah, I didn't know he wasn't gonna be here.
I don't either. So if I have a question, who do I need to ask?
I guess you'll have to table your questions next month.
Right, so can we say something to them and let them know that we want them here, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Or we could make a motion that Paul Ray Hudson could represent.
what did he say?
He was telling a joke.
Oh, okay.
Didn't nobody speaking to you, Mr. Hudson.
Okay. 22-13. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is, okay, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2021-124, the annual operating budget for calendar year 2022 for Marion County, Arkansas, to correct and update changes in projected revenue and expenditures. On December 30th, 2021, the Marion County Quorum Court enacted ordinance 21-124, adopting the annual budget, Marion County, Arkansas, by reference. A copy of said budget was filed at the office with the county circuit clerk and is available for inspection and copying by any person during normal working hours. And then there's lots of things.
Motion.
You got a motion?
Second.
You got a
This one is, this is what we did at the budget committee meeting. All the changes that we've made are shown on this, but the one that's in your packet has actually been updated a little bit. It should have been the one passed out. The newest one down under the Article 2 Revenue and Appropriations. After it says appropriated funds, County General 1,000, the first 2 words should say as reads. And if it says as reads there, then that's the newest version. If it says amended to read there, then that's the older version.
Let me see which one you've got.
This is the newer version as reads here.
As reads 8 down here, as reads 2030, or 3020.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
I
if
got it.
if it starts with amended to read, that's the old version. And then this is, the numbers in comp is the same thing. The number in comp updated page should say about middle of the page where there should be an offset number, and that'll say as reads poll workers, and then the next line is amended to read, and it says elections. If that's the latest updated one. So if yours doesn't have that, because we made some last minute adjustment there. It wasn't a significant adjustment. I just put the old number that was transferred into law enforcement above the new number. And I've been working with Karen on this also outside of what we did at the budget meeting. But she talked to someone about the way that this needs to be done moving forward. It's no longer just supposed to adopt a change. From now on, it has to say as reads any question on what it's doing, because it shows you this is where it's at right now. This is where it'll be at when you pass this, which is a huge upgrade from the way that this has been done in the past, I believe. Because this is there's no question about this. And then on the third one, amended to read 3018 jail maintenance transfer, $301,572.67. The reason that one doesn't have an as reads above it is because that's a new transfer. And if you've been to the budget committee meetings, then you know, but if you haven't been to the budget committee meetings, the reason that that's a new transfer is because, a couple years ago when we had some financial hardship there, we brought in the state inmates to generate those revenues. And because the jail is short on jailers, they've sent a lot of those inmates back, making us fall short right now in the tune of $301,000. So we're having to transfer that amount of money from county general potentially into that account to survive the year.
That would also be transferred as a as need basis.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, those are all transfer as needed. And that question, to speak on that question was arisen. You guys received an email basically asking why the sheriff was under the request of transferring that money in. We answered his question at the budget committee that there's other, the E911 is the same way, jail maintenance is the same way, and the law enforcement's that way. And the reason is because we worked to eliminate financial stress at the beginning of the year. We worked to take special funds first to alleviate the pressure from county general. And if we don't do it that way, and we don't make someone who's requesting money as needed from county general, and we just give them the lump sum at first, then it doesn't alleviate any stress from county general. In fact, it hits it right at the beginning of the year with large amounts of money. And as you heard Carla say earlier, we had about $1.3 million in county general, and that success is a result of the changes that the budget committee has implemented into this.
Any more questions?
Justice Underwood,
Yes.
Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
and Justice White.
Yes.
And just personally, I'd like to thank all of you for very hard work on this. Very hard. I think we've got it under control.
We enjoyed it.
I know. I was there. Okay. All right. Apparently, this next ordinance, number 14, is being replaced with the one that Susie passed out. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. A cleanup ordinance to amend the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2021-4 for the calendar year 2021 for Marion County, Arkansas. Whereas appropriations and certain budget line items require redistribution in order to be in accordance with actual spending in 2021 into the correct line items. It's a cleanup ordinance.
Motion.
You got a motion? You got a second? Anybody need to talk about this one?
Is this believed to completely take care of the closing out of that 2021 budget? Susie?
Yes, sir, with the exception of the jail fund 3018.
Anyone else?
Okay. Justice Madden,
Yes.
Justice Shipman,
Yes.
Justice Brigham,
Yes.
Justice McCullough,
Yes.
Justice Scrima,
Yes.
Justice Nichols,
Yes.
Justice Van Kuren,
Yes.
Justice White,
Yes.
and Justice Underwood.
Yes.
Ready to move on?
Yep.
The only thing I have left is the resolution for the fire department.
That's all.
Okay. This is for the Oakland Promised Land Fire Department for extraction equipment, and it authorizes the county judge to apply for a grant on behalf of the Oakland Promised Land Fire Department, Fire Protection District. And it looks like the Oakland Promised Land Community has furnished proof that they have raised $12,232.62, and that the Quorum Court they would like a Quorum Court to appropriate the sum of $12,232.62 for the purchase of Jaws of Life.
So you need a motion.
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
You got a motion?
Second.
You got a second?
What number was this, Dawn?
Number 4, I am so sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I've got 2 other things to address before we adjourn. Don, if that's all right. The cyber security is a big thing right now. A lot of people don't realize this, but they've been attacked in all the counties and the cities around. And we've been looking at this for a while, and I've been to a few meetings, but cyber security, they want to have a presentation with us for about 15 minutes. And I'm just going to give you all the update. That's what we're looking at. You know, we'll try to get all the elected officials in there for that cyber security. That's a big deal right now going around. And also the time clocks is back on the board. They wouldn't come because of the coronavirus, but I think that's all over with now. So I think we get scheduled back on that, and I think that'll address the budget. That'll help the budget a lot.
Yeah.
Anyone else got anything they don't want to talk about before we leave? Make a motion.
Motion.
Got a motion? Second? Out of here.
Karen. Count.